Hello guys, my name is Ali and welcome back to Tips for IELTS Listening. So for today's video, I will tell you about some of the common problems or even traps that you might encounter when doing the IELTS listening test. Alright, so the very first problem that you might have is about the instructions. So some of you really don't pay careful attention on reading the instructions at the beginning of the test, which is quite a big mistake. It could lead to a very disastrous result when you receive the test. Okay, so you have to carefully check the number of words that you can have for each answer. So each time the question type changes, so the number of words for the answer might change too. So here is an example that you can take a look at. So some of you would have to read this part, no more than 2 words or and a number. So which means that your limit for the answer is 2 words. If you write 3 or 4, then definitely that answer won't be counted. Okay, and here or a number. So it could be 2 words or it could be a number. And okay, so it could be 2 words and it could also be a number based on the listening audio that you listen. Alright, so let's see how the words and numbers are calculated basically in the listening IELTS test. So first of all, I have is a date, 1950. It is considered as a number. And a hyphenated word, you can see like there's a hyphenate between 2 words part-time. It is considered as 1 word. And a compound noun, which is not hyphenated, tennis shoes. Definitely it is 2 words. So pay attention, pay close attention on how you write the words in the answer sheet. So the second problem you have is about dictation. Spelling, spelling, spelling. If your answer is spelled wrong, then the answer will be definitely marked wrong. You must have the correct spelling to get a point in your answer. So don't worry too much about spelling while you are listening because you would definitely don't have enough time to concentrate on spelling. You need to concentrate on listening to the audio, to the information, and following the questions. Check your spelling when you transfer your answers to the answer sheet. That is the time for you to check and make sure that everything is correct. Alright, so let's go to the third problem is about grammar. So this one could also be the biggest mistake that you make to lose up your mark. Okay, so let's take a look at the example over here. At the hospital or hospital. So should you write the article and the preposition? Well, the answer will depend on the type of question you have. So read the instruction carefully. If you are completing the sentence, for example, the best place to meet is ... So it means the answer must be grammatically correct. So you need at the hospital. But if the question is a note or a form completion, such as place, colon, ... then the answer could be a place. So you can write one word, hospital, or if it requires 2 words, no more than 2 words, like I said, you can write out the hospital. So like I said, read the instructions carefully. Alright, so the fourth problem is about the pronunciation and also the speed. So when you listen to the audio, there might be many accents involved, British, American, Indian, or even Australian. So, but some of the very basic mistake that you might make is about listening to the plural sound, like the S at the end of every word. So IELTS know the students have difficulty hearing these plural S. So these answers, these questions will certainly be given to test your listening ability. So secondly, don't try to understand everything. So IELTS will give lots of extra information, but you only need to listen for the answer, for the main information, the keywords. So keep yourself focused on what kind of information you need to hear. So that's why, as the very first step for every listening audio, you need to read through and predict what kind of answer, what kind of information you need to hear to answer the question. Alright, so let's go to the last problem, which is also one of the biggest traps that all of the IELTS takers might encounter, is the change of answer. So when you listen to the conversation of 2 people, they're making plans, they're transferring, they're exchanging information. So there would be a change in their idea, in the answer. So give answer then changing it is very common in all IELTS audios. Okay, so here is an example. Is it okay to meet at 7 p.m.? Yes, 7 p.m. works fine for me. Okay, I just remembered I had a late meeting. Could we make it past instead? So, as your first instinct, you would write down the answer 7 p.m., which is incorrect. Then the speaker changed to past. So it means past to 7 is 7:30. So technically, they will not give you the detail, or I mean like the exact number or exact word for you to write down. It's just like a hint or an extra information. So you have to think logically think. So to write down the correct answer, which is 7:30. Alright, so always keep listening and be ready for the speaker to change the answer. Don't be hurried. Alright guys, so that's a wrap for our video today. I hope that you will acknowledge these problems and traps when you do the IELTS listening so that you can have a very high score in the test. Okay, so hope you find this helpful and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!